Hello everyone, this is Jolly here. Today I'm bringing you the new jungle tier list based on the most recent patch in Pokemon Unite. Um, cool. So I've made Challenger. Some of the things that I've been noticing in Challenger, is playing with my friends and playing with people. Just some interesting picks. So I kind of wanted to highlight those because they're really good in the jungle. Some of them are very unique, but they work and they function really well. But let's just get on, let's just start. So first I'm just gonna put all the Pokemon that have not been released yet in their own tier, and just go are in their in D tier. I might add some more Pokemon here later on, depending on how I see them to be, because some of them are really bad at jungling. But Venusaur. Venusaur, I'm gonna put him in the C tier. His just ganking ability is not that good. He's good at stealing objectives like Zapdos, Dreadnought, Rotom. He just needs to be a couple feet away and then he'll get him. But for the most part, ganking and all that, it's kind of hard to deal with Venusaur. It just takes a while for him to scale, to do damage. So that's why I'm putting him in the C tier. Gengar. Gengar is in an interesting spot. He's not S tier like some of the other speedsters. Um, he's a good counter to some of the good junglers nowadays, like the Cinderace or the Greninja. But he is also very squishy. And it takes a while for him to get to scale, right? He needs to get to level 7, have his Hex, have his combo, right? So before that, your opponent could get a lead, help his laners get ahead. And that's why I'm putting him more in the A tier. Like he's good at stealing objectives like Zapdos and Venusaur. But the higher you climb, your opponents are gonna just go after you. They're not gonna attack the Zapdos. They're gonna wait for you to come in to try to steal to use your ults, and then they'll start attacking Zapdos. But they'll focus on killing you first as Gengar. Let's see, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, I'm gonna put him same as Venusaur. He's just not good at jungling at all. He's almost D tier. His walls help, if anything, to defend your allies. But other than that, not much. Same thing with Snorlax. Snorlax is kind of in the same place as um, Mr. Mime. The only difference is that he's able to get into the objectives, right? And that's kind of like the only difference between him and Mr. Mime. But other than that, he's not really good at doing much. His shield does help pushing people off of the bases, but he's more of a support than he is a jungler. Gardevoir, same problems as Venusaur. It takes a while for her to scale. Doesn't really have good ways to gank, and is pretty squishy early on. If you get behind like Venusaur, you're just not part of the game, and you just get one shotted. Absol is similar to Gengar. He's a speedster, so that's his primary role. He's really good. Depending on who's running the Absol, it could be S tier because it counters Cinderace and Greninja really well. But he's also squishy, kind of like Gengar. Something I found out too as I just play games, right, is that Absols just go AFK farm, kind of like Gengar, until they have enough damage, and then they start ganking. But by then it might be too late, so that's why I don't put Absol in S tier. Um, like of course, one tricks they can make any Pokemon look good. So they could probably make a Gengar S rank. They could make an Absol S rank. It's the life of one tricks. Garmchomp, B tier. They're not as bad as some of these other picks, like in C tier, but they're not as good as an A tier. They're able to. He has a good clear his damage. Is the buffs are helping, but he still doesn't have that speed to get around as much as like something like Talonflame or a Cinderace or a Greninja. Lucario, same thing. Most of the all rounders, they're kind of in the same category. They could clear the jungle. They're not as efficient as some of like the A tiers, the S tiers, but they're decent. Well, they have good ganks, especially Lucario. I think out of these three all rounders, Lucario has the best ability to gank. Once he gets his extreme speed, yeah, he's able to gank pretty easily. But again, like Charizard and Garmchomp, they take a while to scale, right? They're not live till like late game. Whereas Lucario, he's probably B plus, A minus. So he's between these two because he only needs to get to level 5, whereas these need to get to like 9, 10 just to get in the game. Crustle, same thing as most defenders, supporters. Not that good when it comes to gank. His wall, his rock tomb is good for that. He could shut down enemies, prevent them from moving. But if they have eject button, they just get away. Um, Greninja, of course, right now he's my favorite Pokemon. I've been running him in most of my games when I play against other Masters, Ultra players. He's just all around really good. He's able to come in the lane, gank, do damage, steal Zapdos, steal Draenei, steal Rotom with his ultimate. He's just all around really good. He has a lot of speed. He's a good way to escape, so that's why I put Greninja S rank. Talonflame has the same issues as Gengar, Gengar and Absol. Sorry, does a lot of damage, could steal objectives, but he lacks in his ability to like be as impactful as someone like Greninja and Cinderace. The buffs did help. We see Talonflame a lot more nowadays, but I think that was as the new patch came out, then people started using him more. But he's not as good as a Greninja, so that's why I put him in the A rank. Zeraora is in an interesting spot. He is actually S rank. He's a really great counter to most squishies. He's a great counter to Greninja and Cinderace. So if your opponents have like 2 or 3 attackers in their team, they don't have any defenders or all rounders, which is surprisingly common the higher you climb. Then he's just gonna be able to just 2 kill, 3 kill, 4 kill, just like get all the kills on the team, snowball, and just win every team fight for your team. So that's why I put Zeraora S rank. Cinderace, same as Greninja, all around, just a really good jungler. He's able to move around everywhere. He's able to affect the map. Ganks, he's able to steal objectives from a distance. If he gets going, gets a couple kills, nothing could stop him. He'll just get 3, 4, 5 kills, kind of like Zeraora. So that's why I put Cinderace in the S rank. Eldegoss, I'm gonna put D tier. He's a supporter. Not much he could do. Clamorant, same thing with all the attackers. Or the other attackers that are not Greninja and Cinderace. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Ninetales could easily be an A or B rank. I kind of alternate between the two. I'm gonna put him in A rank. He has a good clear. He has CC, right? Same thing with Pikachu. I'm gonna put these two B tier, more than A tier. They have good CC, so that helps with the ganking if your teammates are paying attention, right? So you go Electro Web, right? Stun them, or you go with the slow with Ninetales. Then all those, the CC is going to just help your teammates out. It's just really good for CC. So, like I said, depending on who's running it, it could easily be AS tier. But right for now, I'm going to put them both in B tier. But yeah, they're really good all around. Actually, if you you guys want to try Ninetales Pikachu top lane, is a really good duo. I've won so many games as a Ninetales Pikachu duo topside. There's just the CC they have, they just beat almost anyone. Wiggly, Rollout's really good for ganking, but that's about it. He's more of a supporter. Good CC. Slowbro, I'm gonna put it at a D tier. He's more of a supporter, defender. He's tanky. He has CC, so I kind of like them more that in that form rather than speedsters. Machamp, he's the same thing as all the other all rounders. Extreme speed helps him gank, so that's kind of what makes him a bit better than some of these other options. And kind of like Lucario, he still does a lot of damage. He could get in, get out, but he's not as efficient as the A rank, S rank junglers. And last but not least is Blissey. Blissey is actually an S rank jungler. Um, when you climb the Masters, you're gonna see a lot of this Blissey jungle. Um, it's pretty broken. He goes fluffy tail Blissey just gets he just farms all game, and when the team needs him for team fights, he shows up and they win the battles. Um, that's basically for Blissey. That's a lot. Like a lot of competitive teams use Blissey jungle. Um, or they go Zero Aura top side. So there's four people that go bot side and they completely just fight while Zero Aura farms for free top side. Blissey's somewhat similar. Just farms the jungle nonstop. Scales, gets all the heals, and shows up for team fights. And yeah, Zero Aura, Blissey are like probably some of the best Pokemon right now in the jungle. Just because, like, for especially in Master Rank, there's a lot of like 5-man groups. So these are teams that are really coordinated. So they kind of play around Blissey, they play around Zero Aura. They don't really run Greninja and Cinderace in those team comps because they have Zero Aura or Blissey. They mostly run different all rounders and like some CC. But yeah, like one defender. But yeah, this is kind of like where I have it. I definitely recommend like my 3 foundational Pokemon for the jungle have been Zero Aura, Greninja, and Cinderace. Those help me get to Master. So I recommend having at least one of the 3 in your team comp. They're just really good. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Hope you find this helpful, and hopefully you're able to climb through the ranks. You're able to hit Master as well. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.